Here, boy. I can't whistle for shit in this mask. Here, boy. Oh, hey, guys, how's it going? Bet you guys are wondering what I'm doing here in the woods. You see, there's this village, and they're saying they lost a dog or something. There's a dog out here. I don't know. And anyways, they want me to go ahead and find it. So, I figured being the superhero and all, I'd help them take care of it and find the dog. What the hell was that? Doesn't sound like any dog to me. Anyways, I figured while I got you guys here, I might as well tell you guys about the difference between applying in person for a credit card versus applying over the phone or over the internet. This one's going to be a really big help for those who have CPNs, so you better stay tuned. All right. So I'd first like to start off by saying, please hit like and subscribe and the bell notifications and all that good stuff so you don't miss any of the Crusaders content in the future. Also, it does help me grow my channel, so I'd really appreciate it. All right, so applying in person versus applying over the phone or over the internet. I know in today's day and age, it's like everybody just want to apply over the phone using their cell phones, or they want to apply over the internet, or they just want to call in. They don't want to actually go into a physical bank or a store or a car lot even and apply for something. And the banks know this too, so they're trying to accommodate people by offering ways for you to apply online or over the phone or remotely. The only thing with that is that in order for you to get that instant approval where there's no like pushback of sending in documents and all that kind of stuff, your public records are going to have to be spot on, because that's really the only way they have of verifying you is your public records. And when I mean public records, I mean things that are in LexisNexis, SageStream, not really things that are on your credit profile, but more as far as validating you kind of stuff. Like they want to see a history of you living somewhere. They want to see a lot of activity on your public records, because people who are like either new to this country or have CPNs, they're not going to have a lot of years of activity in public records. So it's going to look fishy. Whereas if the same person were to have gone into a store or walked into a bank and applied for something, they're just going to look at your ID, they're going to see it, that verification part, you're through that now. Now they're going to look at your credit score. Now your credit score is what's going to determine whether or not you get approved. So you definitely are better off applying in person. Now there's another thing I want you guys to know, and that's if you're trying to get a credit card, you don't have to always go into a bank to get a credit card. You could go into a department store. You can go to Best Buy. You can go to all sorts of places that offer credit cards. And a lot of places, if your credit score is high enough, it's usually got to be over 700. They'll actually give you an option to get either a Visa or a MasterCard, which that's great because you can use the store card not only at the store, but you can use it anywhere, just like a regular Visa or MasterCard. So I definitely would recommend if you're going to go after a store card, try to get a card that actually has that option. Another thing that I'd like to let you guys know is that when people, store cards are a lot more, they're a lot more aggressive as far as trying to market to you, and they want to approve people because unlike regular banks that have cash back rewards and things like that, the store cards, it's been scientifically proven that people who have store cards at a particular store spend more money at that store. So they want you to get the card. They really do. I mean, they're going to be more apt to approve you with a store card versus trying to get some high-end bank card. That's just what I've seen in my experience. Also, I've got one guy who keeps asking, Credit Crusader, when are you going to talk about getting a car with a CPN? Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to include that in this video. So if you're out there, buddy, I hope you're watching this. If you're trying to get a car with a CPN, you're going to have to walk your ass into a car lot. There's no way around it. So what are you going to need? You're going to need an ID, and you may need pay stubs and things like that. But other than that, the process of getting a car with a CPN is you just enter the CPN's information and hope for the best. Now, there's one thing I will say. If you go into a car lot and you have a fake ID, that's evidence against your ass if for some reason somebody smells a rat or something goes south or there's something, the CPN wasn't made right or what have you. If you go in there with a fake ID into a car lot, they may call the police and haul your ass away to jail. You may get in trouble. Whereas if you have a CPN with the same name as you walk in, that ID is real. You have plausible deniability by saying, hey, I mixed up the numbers on the social. They don't ask for a social security card. So my advice would be, if you're trying to get a car with a CPN, you got to walk your ass up in there. I would recommend don't use a fake ID, because if they get you, they're going to take the ID. That's evidence. They've got you dead to rights. You're done. Just a little advice. So, hey, common sense, guys. Another thing I'd like to talk about is, I guess the Carvana and some of these online car places. I have heard mixed things about them, not working well with CPNs. So that's all I can say as far as places like Carvana, where you can buy online, have a car delivered to you. I'm pretty sure that they're going to go and they're going to look into you a lot more after you get the card. I've heard that people will roll in asking for IDs, and they're able to sniff things out as far as CPNs are concerned. So, hey, you know what? Do things at your own risk. You're all big boys and girls. That's just what I've heard. So, in closing, what I'll say is that if you plan on getting a credit card and you're kind of like, should you do it online or do it in person? Always do it in person. Take the extra effort, because you could get the inquiry, not get it if you try to do it online, whereas you could actually get the card if you do it in person. That's just free advice from the Crusader. Now, as far as that damn dog is concerned, or whatever the hell it is out here, it sounds big, it sounds scary, so I'm getting the hell out of here. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Man, I gotta get going. Crusader out.